Matthew, we're going to go live, okay? Okay. I'm going to call the meeting to order, and I want to welcome everyone here. This is our public hearing for our 2021 county fiscal budget, and it's being telecast live. I say telecast live, being live streamed over Comcast, Facebook, and our YouTube. So we're going to go down and do a roll call of commissioners, and then we'll see who we have here from staff before we get started with the agenda. I'll call your name and just say if you're present. Commissioner Booker?
Present.
Commissioner Brunson?
Here.
Commissioner Coleman?
Present.
Commissioner Murphy? Commissioner Murphy did tell me he was going to be a few minutes late. Commissioner Neal?
Here.
Commissioner O'Quinn?
Here.
Commissioner Browning? Here. Okay, that accounts for all the commissioners. And I see County Manager Hours.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning. Glad to see you. We have Dwani Patel.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay. Aaron Mountford, are you here this morning?
I am. Good morning. Present.
Thank you. Tamara Munson.
Good morning, I'm here.
Okay. Do we have anybody else? I thought I saw Catherine over in the meeting room. Catherine Downs. I see her hand waving. And in the background making all this happen, Matthew Kent. So thank you all for being here today. On the agenda is the public hearing for our proposed fiscal year 2021 budget. And there's a public hearing. We're here to hear from the public if they want to make comments in person. They could do that in Pate Building. We have that set up. We have a monitor set up there. They can go there. They could also write in comments. And so now for the budget presentation, before we do the public hearing part, Tamara, if you will, just present the budget to us, please. Hey, Tamara, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning. I'm uploading the budget presentation now. It should be ready shortly.
Okay.
Okay, good morning. This is a quick overview of the proposed fiscal year 21 budget that has been amended through the budget process to this point. The focus of the fiscal year 21 budget was to align our budget with our strategic plan, especially during this time of financial uncertainty. A goal of a governmental budget is to balance expenditures with revenues. Of course, in a business model, you want your revenue to be higher than your expenditures for profit, but in a governmental model, that is not necessarily the case. Our goal is to balance our expenditures and revenues. So we get our revenues from quite a few different places, but most of our revenue comes from taxes. And then the second largest is charges for services at 12%, taxes 73%. There are different tax types that we get our revenue from. 65% is property taxes, 19% sales taxes, 7% accommodation excise, and 9% business taxes. We have three major expenditure categories. 49% of our budget goes to operating costs, 48% goes to personnel, and 3% is for capital in fiscal year 21. This is a breakdown of our total expenditures. Once you take out all of the interfund duplications, which are the transfers between funds, our total expenditures for fiscal year 21 come to 110 million. And that is broken down by these percentages, 45% public safety, 17% general government, 12% public works, 9% judiciary, and then housing, culture and rec, debt service, and health and welfare make up the remaining. In previous presentations, we had needed or asked for money to balance the general fund. And after our last meeting, the general fund is now balanced without the use of fund balance. So I left that first line in there just to show that we are not using fund balance for the general fund. And then these other funds are where we are asking to use fund balance: fire fund, solid waste, jail commissary, building inspection, capital projects, sheriff seizure, and alternative dispute resolution. The jail commissary fund, this is a new line that we added after our last budget meeting, and we moved 312,000 in medical care expenses from the general fund to the jail commissary fund. So the jail commissary fund currently has about 600,000 in it. And if we end up using this entire 312, it'll be left with 317 at the end of fiscal year 21. Assuming that we don't have, more income into the fund balance at the end of fiscal year 21. The millage rate, proposed millage rates are the same. There's no change from last year. And this is just a little chart with a breakdown of the millage rates by district. So the bottom line in this budget is that, we worked really hard with the help of, the commissioners and the department heads, county manager, to get this budget balanced. Market costs nationwide have been increasing, and CPI for 2019 was 2.3% and expected to be around that or a tad bit higher in 2020 due to inflation. And the Glynn County proposed budget only increased 0.35%. So while costs are going up for our supplies that we need, healthcare costs are going up, concrete costs, pipe costs, all the things that we do, the prices of those are all going up. We were able to keep our budget with only a $458,000 increase between the 2 years. And the way that we did that was by cutting a lot of other areas that we normally have in our budget. So with that, that's all I have for today. And I'm open up to any questions or comments that you may have.
Okay, Tamara, thank you very much. Commissioners, y'all have any questions of Tamara? Okay, thank you, Tamara. Before we go to the public hearing part, like to see if Commissioner Murphy's checked in with us yet. I don't think you see him. So, okay, we're going to go to the public hearing portion. Matt, do we have anybody that showed up in the Pate building? Or Catherine?
We don't have anyone here.
Okay, we don't have anyone. Okay,
Yes,
for the time's running out on them. Dwani, do we have any written comments that come in?
No, sir, we did not receive any written comments.
Okay. Okay, we don't have anyone from the public that has shown up to speak this morning. We don't have any written comments. Aaron Mumford, do we have anything for executive session?
Good morning. No, sir, we don't. Not this morning.
Okay. Commissioners, before we adjourn, have any comments or anything you want to say this morning?
Mr. Chairman, since we're approaching the final draft on the budget, I'd like to ask Tamara to make available the presentation that she just presented to us so that we can put it in our file. And thank you all very much for what you've done.
Thank you. Yeah, she can certainly do
I'll
that.
send that out shortly.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. For commissioners, we have done the public comment period, if you will. Public hearing, we've satisfied that, and if no one sees or know of anything they want to discuss any further, we're going to adjourn the meeting. I'll call for a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Okay, we
Second.
could hear, I got a motion and a second. All those in favor, just say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nay? Okay, that's unanimous. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for being here.